Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you a very short tutorial of how to create a seamless texture. That way you can use it for any type of materials, for games or movies or short film or anything like that. So to start with, I need to show you that I've got Photoshop open, and inside Photoshop what we need to do is basically create a new page. So in this page we need to make it we can start 512, 124 or 248, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm going to use 124 by 124. Okay, you can leave everything else the same, it doesn't really matter, but for now we just use that. Then click OK. Now we have a texture size, a squared texture size, which is 124 by 124. So I went to Google and I've searched for concrete texture. So with concrete texture, usually what happens in games, if you do apply, like say for example you want to get just say this type of texture, okay, or maybe we choose something else just for the sake of trying to explain to you what I mean by that. So yeah, so let's say for example you want to take this texture here, and if you just download this and then you sort of apply to a surface in Unreal Engine or any other game, or in Maya or any other software that you want to use that texture in, it will eventually becomes repeated. You can actually tell it's repeated texture because it's not tileable. So because it's not tileable texture, it's not worth of putting it. And then this is how we sort of need to create a seamless tileable texture. So we're gonna download this texture. We just need to go to the image, just say copy, close that, we don't need that anymore, and then we just need to paste it inside this squared texture size. As you can see, because the texture is not actually a squared texture, so it's like a rectangular texture. I'm not sure what the size of it, but we need to put it inside this, so we need to modify. So we have to go to edit, free transform, or you can just hold Control T to get you to this part of this transformation. So I'm just going to take it up to the corner there where it sort of snaps on the corner there, and I'm going to drag all the way up there. Just I'm just going to undo that. Oops. I'm just going to paste it again. I'm just going to drag it to the corner there when it snaps, and then I'm going to hold Control T, and then what I'm going to do is hold Shift while I'm moving the bottom corner there, just so I can align it to just like that, just sort of hits the top corner there as well. And then I'll just click on that to apply. Once I applied it, what I need to do now is I need to select the selection key, and then I'm going to hold Alt and then drag a copy. Okay, I'm just going to drag a copy just like that. So it created another copy, as you can see over here where the layers section are. So what I need to do is just move it below and make it the second layer so it can be behind it. Okay, only this, so we have the majority of our main text will be on the middle, and then the bottom one, the one we just sort of dragged, it will just be right behind it. So far so good. We just haven't actually got into the tileable method, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so you can actually spot on the you can actually see those repeated patterns on the concrete. You can already see that, you know what I mean? So we need to get rid of that before we need to make it a tileable texture. So we just go to our stamp, or the clone stamp tool, and then we just sort of say we can pick up one side from here. So we hold Alt to snap a portion, and then you click, so you left click, and then you sort of cover some areas. Sorry, I think I have to merge them together because there are two of them now. So just hold Shift and then select the two layers, and then right click and just say merge layers. So now they're into one layer. Okay, Now if we sort of go back and then select one section from here, hold Alt and select one, and then we just sort of cover any like noticeable sort of pattern that we need to sort of make it unseenable like that. Okay, so we just select one of that side over here, and we go back over this side, for example, and we do the same thing, and then we cover this side, and then we click on this corner here, and then we go and then cover this part of the concrete. So we've got like sort of an okay you know, like we can go away with this, but we're not finished yet. What we need to do is we need to go to filter, and this is the magic part. Okay, so you go to filter, go to other, and then select offset, and this is how we do it as a tileable texture. So in the beginning of the video, I made the texture size 124 by 124, so the half of that will be 512, so we just put 512 for horizontal and 512 for vertical. You probably can there's one thing we must do sorry, I forgot one thing I have to do before we go into this. Select everything and then just hit flatten image. Okay, just flatten image everything, select the selection tool, make sure you go all around it like a squared sort of selection, and then you go to image and then crop. Okay, now we are 100% sure this is a 124 by 124. So sometimes when you drag an image and you put it inside the inside this 124 texture size, it doesn't mean that it's already 124. It means it's sort of, there's something right behind it there somewhere that you have to make sure it's inside this particular square. You can't really see it, unfortunately. With Photoshop, you can't really see if there's anything left behind this portion area. But to double check that you're really inside that, just do this and then you do the crop thing, and that way you know 100% this is already cropped inside this. And to prove that, I'm gonna just drag it away. Actually you can't because it's already locked in, so double click on it. Now it becomes a layer, and you create another layer behind it, just so you can, when you move this, you can see it. So like if I'm going to move this around, see, it's already locked in as a squared texture size, which is 124 by 124. Okay, so I'm going to flatten image again so we can get this back to how it was. Now we need to go back to filter, and then you got to go to other and then offset, and inside that just change the horizontal to 512 and vertical 512. That way we're gonna have like a half we half the textures inside this particular image, so we know we can actually see already there's a line going across. That means it's not tileable, and that what we just did now is we sort of halved the actual image, horizontal and vertical. So if there, like say for example you bring another texture in there which has a lot of repeated patterns on there, you're gonna definitely see the lines, the seams lines. You see those seam lines very, very clear. But because this is sort of a very good concrete texture, we can only see a little bit of a seamless line there. So we need to get rid of this line. This is the whole point of this tool. So we get filter, other, and then offset. You know, like it goes back to normal, but then we already did it, so we just go click, select that, cancel to go back to what we just did before. Now, very important that we need to be working inside this area only. So make sure when you go, like I'm gonna just select the clone tool again, and I'm gonna select a part of the this section here, and then I'm gonna cover it just like that. Cover this side as well. Make sure just we need to go around and double check that everything is not repeated. That's the whole point. If it looks okay by just doing that, that means it's going to be looking awesome in the game, or whatever you want to use it for. Okay, so just make sure you add variety of areas into different sections. Okay, just like that, and then it should be fine. So there's like spots there where you can easily see, like there's dark spot there. Make sure you just cover it very slightly. Okay, just like that. and then you do the same here. Okay, so what I was saying before is you make sure you don't work on the edges, because the moment you're going to touch the edges, you're going to come back to the first square. You have to start all over again when you go back to filter and other. So don't touch the edges, just work inside this area, but don't touch the edges when you do the clone with the clone tool. Okay, so now we've got this done. We're going to go back to filter again, other, and then offset again. Now we don't see any more of those divided lines anymore. So now it is very nice, tileable, seamless texture. Okay, so what we need to do is pretty much just export that, and then like save as, and then just pretty much use PNG or JPEG or any other format that you like, and put into a surface or any other material that you want to use it for. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys to create a tileable seamless texture. If you have any questions, or if you like anything that you want me to do or make a video about, please comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and this will help this channel. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.